Viewers' discretion. Please be aware that the views and opinions expressed by our guest are those of our guest solely, and they are not the views and expressions of the podcast or myself as Madam Speaker and the studios where we are recording. So if you want to come through as somebody who has the right to reply, if the episode is saying anything about you, you are more than welcome to reach out to us. But I want to emphasize that the views and opinions of the guest are solely of the guest and do not represent our channel, our podcast, or myself in any way, shape, or form.
She's like, it's a swab. They left a medical swab inside. I was chained right to the bed. I was going to be a danger to myself because of all the pipes and everything that was in. My belly was open. I could breathe. When I was breathing, I could feel my intestines going up and down. As long as they're making their money, they don't care. Other nurses will tell you that. Be careful. You don't know who you're dealing with.
Welcome to the Safe Space Chats podcast with Madam Speaker. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self-Love. If you're joining for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self-love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing us. We are recording at number 7 Cedric Road in Isandovale, Bazalwane. So if you want to come through to record maybe your own episode, you want to start something beautiful, you're more than welcome to hit them up. And also if you want to come through to be our guest, there's a number that's appearing on your screen right now. You're more than welcome to hit us up, and then we get to sit and have a conversation like we are doing today. I have a beautiful lady next to me. She's going to introduce herself, and we'll go straight into the reason why we are here today. My sister?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Please introduce yourself to the viewers at home.
Okay, my name is Rafilo Moleko Simelani. I am from Potchefstroom originally, but I stay this side in the East Rand. Yeah, I'm a mother of 3 beautiful babies and a wife to a pastor, and yeah.
Mamrut.
So
So you started church before coming here today?
Unfortunately, today not. I didn't go to the Women's Day because I had to prepare for today's shooting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but at least, you are doing something.
Yeah.
You know, it's better than not doing anything at all. You know, because when I was asking you off camera, what did you do for Women's Day? Like, I was just chilling. At least today it's not just chilling.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
So you wrote to us, and then you said you wanted to share your story with us.
Yes.
You can just take it from whichever angle where you want us to start with the story.
Well, my story started when I gave birth. I gave birth last year on the 13th of April, 2024. I didn't know what was going to happen. It was an emergency C-section. So I gave birth at Life Springs Hospital in the East Rand. And then it was on a Saturday. I remember I was not feeling well. And then I was, rushed to the hospital, and we had the C-section. So fast forward 3 days after the C-section, I'm not feeling okay. Because, almost on the second day after C-section, you are asked to, stand up. You need to start walking so we can see, I just couldn't. And little did I know, that there was actually something big behind that. But
okay. Wait, before we get to you discovering whatever it is that was wrong during the C-section, was this your first C-section?
No, it was my 3rd C-section.
Okay, so clearly you went in there already having an anticipation of how you're supposed to feel and behave after the C-section. And the doctor that was helping you, or the doctors that were helping you, is it the same people that you've gone to before, or is it new people?
It's new people.
And the hospital?
It's the hospital. It's the second time I used this hospital.
Okay. So the previous pregnancy, were you using the same hospital but different doctors?
Yes. Just that what happened here is that my doctor was not there. It was an emergency. So she was not on call. She was elsewhere. And the emergency doctor at that time was the one that attended to me.
Okay. Before we get to the actual C-section itself, what was the emergency about? Like, what was happening?
I was just feeling very sick. I could hear the child kicking. I just had contraction pains, but they were like abnormal contractions pains. Because I went in on Thursday. They turned me back. They said, no, this is just, normal contractions. Your water hasn't broken yet. This was on Thursday. Friday, I was still not feeling well. On Saturday morning, the pains that I was feeling on Thursday were worsened. So then my husband was like, no, you need to take you in.
Okay. And before that, when you went in the first time, was your doctor still not Did you see your doctor the first time when you went there?
I saw my doctor.
When they said that the contractions were normal?
Yes, I saw my doctor.
So, but then when you went in there, obviously you're saying it's on Saturday?
Yes.
It was an emergency?
It was an emergency.
Okay, so what I want to know is, what did they say the emergency was? Like, what did they say was happening to the baby which compelled them to have you going through the C-section?
They couldn't feel the heart rate of the child. So they couldn't feel the heart rate of the child. They felt like the child was distressed. So, you know what, because I've been having these pains for a while, they can't locate the heart rate. Let's just, take the baby out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and then you went through with the operation.
Yes.
And then what happened?
I went through with the operation. They took the baby out. And I remember this day vividly because I remember in the whole, and I've never done this before, but in the whole period when they were doing the C-section, I was just praying. I was just praying. It's like I was feeling maybe there was something going on. But I remember I was just praying and praying and praying, and in tongues. I was praying in tongues throughout. And then they delivered the baby. The baby was fine. I went back after the C-section to the ward, right, maternity ward. I got to the maternity ward, and what happened? They brought the baby, and then they told me that the baby's heart is still not okay. We're just gonna take her to the ICU. And then they took the baby to the ICU, and then I was just.
But overall, from the whole experience, the baby was fine.
The baby was fine.
Okay, now we're moving to you now. You were saying that when you have a C-section, you're supposed to, at least after a day or two, be able to get up and move around. And in your case, that was not possible.
It was not possible.
So what did they say then to you?
I stood up. I tried standing up because they would advise you to do that. I tried. I just couldn't. And I told them I couldn't, right? And then they told me that if you don't stand up, just know that we won't discharge you, because usually they discharge you after 3 days, right? But they need to see on the second day that you can stand up, you can try walk. I just couldn't. And they just thought maybe I was Nikitefa or whatever the case may be. But I just told them that there's this pain, there's this excruciating pain that I can't just wrap around. But in my head, I thought, because I had tied my tubes, so I thought maybe it comes from the tying of the tubes.
When did you tie the tubes?
After the same operation. So I tied my tubes because that was part of my request to the doctor. So yeah, I just couldn't even see the baby. I couldn't go to the neonatal ICU to see the baby. No, I remember I tried after the third day to go there, but I came back in a wheelchair. They were pushing me in a wheelchair because I couldn't stand up for a long time. I couldn't, the pain was just too much. But they never said anything, and I kept on, reporting the pain. But
usually, I could be wrong, or maybe things are different from one hospital to another. But even if maybe you had an emergency C-section, that your doctor, your own GP or gynae or whatever was not available at the time, but after the baby has been born, because I guess that person is the one that has the record of what the whole pregnancy.
Yes.
Wasn't that person available after the baby was born, even if you were still in the hospital?
She was not there. They didn't call her because I think I saw her the Monday. Okay. When I saw her, she was there for someone else. She didn't know I had given birth. So you see, that's where things went wrong.
There was no communication.
There was no communication. She never knew that I was there. And it was by mistake because she was passing and my door was open and I called her out, doctor. And then she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh my goodness, I gave birth. She's like, they didn't tell me. I didn't know. That's, that was the first sign. I was like, and then she, immediately got an interest. She wanted to check the vitals, wanted to check everything, what happened and all of that. And she started attending me then from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. That already on its own is a concern.
It
is. To say, how is it that they didn't even want to call your doctor? Because I mean, if it's a resident, not entirely resident, as in like they work there all the time, but if it's a hospital that they're close to, then they always do their rounds in the hospital. So why they already know that person?
Yeah.
Sure.
And the file is there that says the person, and they do ask you, who's your doctor?
Who's your doctor? Yes.
Yeah. Who's your doctor? So I don't know. That was just the first sign that things are not going okay, I guess. I was discharged. I went home. I left the baby at the hospital for 10 days. And then after 10 days, I fetched the baby. The pain was still there, right? So you know that we are Africans, right? And then older people will tell you, drink matunga because in the operation so that it can ifole
from
from
the
inside.
inside, yeah.
Yes. Drink matunga, drink this. There's also balsam kapiva, drink that, with milk. And I drank those things and they helped me. So the pain was still there, but it was not as bad as it was. I could walk, I was mobile, I was getting back to myself again. Well, that's what at least I thought. 4 months down the line, I'm on maternity, right? I'm still having this pain. I could feel my right hand side. It's dying,
Numbing.
slowly dying. It's numbing. But I'm not really, I don't know, maybe I was a bit ignorant, but I was not thinking much of it because in my head, no one in my family has ever tied their tubes or, sterilized. So no one has, they don't know what it is, how
so
it
you are
feels.
blaming that the whole
Yes,
time.
every time I'm just pushing the blame. I'm like, okay, maybe it's that, maybe it's that. 4 months, I go back to work in August. And then a week after, my daughter was a bit sick. So like at work, I just asked, can I just take her to the doctor? And then I saw my doctor's car, at the same hospital, right? Because the pediatrician is the same in the doctor's room.
Yeah.
So it's like, let me just pass by, let me just see her and just trying to explain to her what I've been feeling. Because I remember when I got back to work, I asked one of my coworkers who had sterilized, and I asked her, how long does it take to sterilize? How long does it take to heal? Because I'm having this pain, And then she's like, no, it takes like about a week. So that's where now my concern grew. Good, say, okay, no, something is wrong.
Yeah.
I got to my doctor, I explained to my doctor, she's like, you need to hop onto the table, let's check. When we check, we got a gruesome discovery. She's like, it's a swab. They left a medical swab inside.
Huh?
A medical swab. She's like, it's a swab. She checked for a heartbeat. Maybe it could be a baby. She's like, maybe you might be pregnant again. Like, we literally did all the tests that you can think of. She's like, I'm adamant it's a swab. I need to send you to go do a CT scan to the X-ray department. Go do another scan so that we are sure. But I am definitely sure it's a swab. I was scared.
Like
I was
literally
scared.
for that pain of 4 months with you living with a swab in your belly.
Do you understand? Do you understand? I went there. I rushed there. And when I got to the department, they checked. And the CT scan came out and said, you've got on the right-hand side, we've got a medical swab left inside.
Sure.
I'm sitting there. I'm devastated. I don't know what to do. I call my doctor. I'm like, okay, well, the results are back. She's like, read the results. Don't even come here, just read. And I read the results. So she's like, oh, God, I need to call the hospital manager. I need to go, to just alert them this thing has happened. She calls again. She's like, okay, well, just wait. The hospital manager's coming. The theater sister's coming. And, the most hurtful thing about this whole thing is when the theater sister comes, right? So she's like, well, there's no way my stuff can do that. There's no way my stuff. I was so hurt.
So what are you saying now? Where are you saying it came from then? Did you go home and then stuff it in or what?
I don't know. Like, I just said that. I just got so cold. And I was like, what does this lady mean? Like, there's no way my stuff could do that. And, she started opening the results. And then, she's just looking at the results. Like, there's no way, right? So adamant, so, clear. And her just is like, it can't be a way, And then she's like, I'm going to pay for another x-ray. Go do another x-ray, Go do it. I was traumatized. I went still. I did it. Came back, same results. There's on the right-hand flank, there's a medical swab left inside.
Sure. And then what did she have to say for herself now?
Nothing. She's like, yeah, come on Tuesday. So my doctor had booked me for the following Tuesday. This was on a Thursday. She's like, come the Tuesday, we'll be there with our cameras. We want to see this, If really they left the swab inside, I'm going to, I was so hurt. I didn't even have the strength to even argue with this lady to, like, what are you saying? What are you saying? But that's what happened. That's what happened.
So after you went back on Tuesday,
yeah,
were they able to assist you?
So I was supposed to go on Tuesday, but I didn't go on Tuesday. I went on the Monday after work because my doctor called me and she's like, you don't have enough blood, so we can't operate on you. We need to, have a blood infusion. I was like, okay. I went in on Monday, the 26th of August. Yo, I went in, right? I was not okay. Yeah. I left my kids. I thought in my mind, right, it's just going to be the same way as they do the C-section, right? It's just going to be 3 days.
Yeah.
And then the third day, mommy's going to be back home.
Yeah.
But little did I know. I went in the Monday. The operation was on the Tuesday morning. The operation lasted, as my mom tells me now, she says it lasted for 8 hours. I was there from 9 o'clock. And yeah.
So they gave you that injection that takes you out completely.
Yeah.
So the first time when you were going for the C-section, did they give you the, what do they call it? The
epidural.
one that they put? Yeah.
The epidural. Yeah, they did give me.
Okay. So after 8 hours, and then what do they find? What do they say?
They find the swab. My mom had to travel from the northwest coming this side. She says, I was waiting and waiting. I see people going out, people, And initially it was just the gynecologist, my doctor, who was operating. But she had now had to call another surgeon because she's not a surgeon. She can only operate in the womb. She can't operate anywhere else. So she had to call another surgeon. So I was left there in the table. Another surgeon had to come in and come operate. Yeah. And then he took out that, and apparently he had to take out all the stomach, cut the stomach, because this thing had caused, it was not anymore in the abdominal area. It had caused damages in the tummy. They cut the stomach, they cut everything. They cut whatever that they could, and then
get rid of the parts that are spoiled or something like that.
That are spoiled, because remember, this thing stayed there for 4 months.
Sure.
4 months in the belly. 4 months, I don't even know. I get chills every time I think about this, because when I've tried, telling my story to a lot of people, they tell me, you know what, you are so blessed. You are so blessed, because people never make it. Like we've had stories of people sitting, this thing would be like them for 3 days, and
then they die.
And then they die.
Yeah.
They die. I don't know how many people I've spoken to with regards to this, and they tell me the same thing.
Sure.
4 months with the medical swab inside.
Sure. And now, when it comes to the road to recovery, after they have, because you're saying that you were in theater for like 8 hours, and then after that, when you have to go to the wards to recover,
I was in ICU. I was in ICU for a month. I was in ICU for a month. Yeah, I was in ICU for a month. I had an infection. This thing had caused damages. I was not supposed to make it. I am convinced I was not supposed to make it, but because God is faithful, and I was not supposed to make it, but I made it.
Yeah. Well, thank God.
We do. I was a month in ICU. My belly was open. I could breathe. When I was breathing, I could feel my intestines going up and down.
But were you conscious when you were in the ICU?
I wasn't. I was out for like 2 weeks.
So the last time you were conscious was when you were going to get the injection, and that was it.
That was it.
And you thought that it was going to be a 3-day thing.
Yeah.
Sure, sis.
I thought it was going to be a 3-day thing. I stayed there in the ICU. I was out. I was not responding. And remember, they can't wake you up.
You have to wake up to your inner self. Yes.
Literally. That's when they say people don't make it, because some just sleep peacefully and they never wake up.
They never wake up. Yeah. Sure. That must have been the hardest 4 weeks of the lives of people around you, your mom, your husband, family.
My kids.
Yeah.
I left a baby that was 4 months old.
And now you're going away for a month.
Yeah. My kids were not, they were not okay. Yeah. And I couldn't see them. They couldn't come in. They couldn't come in.
Okay, so in the second 2 weeks that you now had gained your consciousness, how was that like?
That was painful. I was crazy. When they say anesthetics, or I was crazy. Like, I was not in this world. That's what I'm going to tell you. I was not in this world. I was just somewhere else. I don't know where. even the afterlife, as people could describe it. I was seeing things, I was hallucinating, I was not okay. I couldn't write, I couldn't speak, I couldn't say anything. And my husband was there to witness everything. And now we sit back and he just tells me, he's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is you. Because I was chained right to the bed. I was going to be a danger to myself because of all the pipes and everything that was in. I had to be chained. I had to be chained.
Yeah, that's hectic, hey?
It is. I was, it was just not it.
Sure, Sissy. I'm so sorry for what you've been through. I just really just thank God that you made it.
Yeah.
Because wow, I don't think it's a lot of people who actually would live to tell the tale of something like this.
Yeah.
But once what happened, or how long did it take before you could go back to your normal self, like the person that you are today?
Sure. Like this month, I'll be turning a year post-operation, right? Post the laparotomy operation. Sure, I would say it took about 6 months.
Okay.
Because remember, even after, so being in hospital, they just take you out of danger.
Okay.
After that, then they
You still have
discharge you.
to go home and recover.
Yeah, they discharge you. And I was home. I had a vac. I don't know if you know a vac machine. They put a vac machine. It has to suck all the blood out. I was stinking. And, kids are kids. They just see mommy. They just want mommy.
They want to be with you.
I was stinking. Blood stinks. Like you could smell blood. You can, I couldn't bath. I couldn't do anything. It took about 6 months for me to fully recover.
And how did that affect? Because obviously, your mental well-being is going to be affected. You know,
everything has been affected. Everything has been affected. Like, I was put on antidepressants because they said I was crazy.
Yeah,
but I was reacting obviously to what had happened. I hadn't seen my kids. I was crying every day. People were dying every day in ICU. That's what they don't tell you. People are dying every day. And when the people die, they play a siren, right? So when the siren goes off.
Someone
died. You'd see the family come in. They would explain people are crying every day. I was praying every day. That was the most traumatic experience of my life.
Sure.
The most traumatic experience of my entire existence. I would never wish that on anyone. It's painful.
Sure.
When people have to bath you, they have to feed you, you can't walk, you can't even do number 2.
Yeah. I think for you, what is even worse is the fact that because you've had C-sections before and you were fine, you would ask yourself, imagine if it was your first experience, you probably was never going to fall pregnant,
True.
want to have a baby ever again.
That's true.
But still, just because it is your third experience, it doesn't make it okay that you should be going through all of that, When it comes to now holding the hospital accountable for what happened to you, did you go through any process?
I did. They often, now remember, they took out the swab, they took the thingies, the pictures. They now approached my husband. I was lying there out of it, and they told him, listen, we're going to pay for medical bills. Make sure that she's okay, she's recovered, and get her back, to the person that she was. They upholded the first end of part, which is to get me out of danger, to get everything out. But the second part of getting me back to where I was, they're not upholding that. Mind you, I've been 8 months out of work. Not working, we've got kids. Now, a household of 2 has to be head by 1, right?
Wait, because when after the 4 months, after giving birth, you went back to work?
Yes, for a week.
So what happened? Did you lose your job because you were out of work for long, or what?
I didn't lose my job, fortunately, but I was out of work. I was placed on disability at work. I was placed on that for the time being. So every time they needed the medical reports to show what is going on and all of that. I was not earning my salary. They were just giving you what they can so that your medical aid is paid, your provident funds is paid. So I was not earning anything. 8 months, no salary.
Sure. I know. It's a lot.
It is a lot. And that's, the most painful thing where people, I remember one of the doctors that they recommended for me now after I've been okay, when I told the hospital, you guys said you're going to fix me because I still have my tummy open, right? They just took skin and just put it there so that they can just close because of the infection. The viral load kept on going up, kept on going back into hospital because of infection. They just had to close. So now they need to fix the tummy, reconstruct the whole tummy and make it look okay.
Yeah.
They're not budging. And I went to the doctor that they had recommended from the hospital. And you know what she said to me? She's like, well, just know that whatever happened to you could happen to anyone.
So,
I just...
because if whatever happened to you could happen to anyone, then that means that the hospitals need to be extra careful so that it doesn't happen to anyone.
Thank you.
And if it does happen to anyone, then they need to be held accountable for what happened to that anyone.
She just didn't care. And it's so sad because it's another woman telling that to another woman.
Yeah.
I don't know the mandate that she got for her to say that, so confidently say that. It doesn't make it okay. And I wrote to the hospital, I sent them an email. I was like, the doctor that you recommended, well, this is what she said to me.
Sure.
And
did you ever try to go the legal route?
I am currently busy with my lawyers.
Okay.
I'm currently busy with my lawyers.
Because this is medical negligence.
Yeah. And I've also reported this to the HPCSA, right? Still an ongoing investigation with regards to that.
Okay.
So I have reported this. The hospital is fully aware. And I told them, because you leave me no choice. You don't care about me, and that's what you've said.
Yeah.
So you've left me no choice but to also seek justice in a legal way.
Yo, my sister, I'm so sorry. Hey, it's a lot that you've been through. What I want to ask is, or what I am curious to know from your side, is what made you get to a point where you wanted to share your story with everybody? Like the reason why we are sitting here today.
So I went to a holy store. So mind you, remember, I have been out of work for 8 months. I'm in debt. All my debit orders, whatever that I was paying. Yeah. Basically. So now I stand up. I like, let me go to Huli's. I've got a Huli's account. Let me go, fix my stuff. I get there, and there's a lady that was assisting me. And we speak, and she asked me, what happened? Why I was so on? And I explained to her, this is what happened. She cried. She was in tears. She's like, oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I lost a sister. Last month, we were burying my sister. She left a baby. Same thing happened. Medical negligence.
From the same hospital?
Not from the hospital. Not from the same hospital, but from someone else. She was crying. She was in tears. And she's like, I wish a lot of people could share their stories. I wish this could be public knowledge. I wish people could, speak about these things, because a lot of people, male, females, have went through this, and it's not spoken about. It's just swept under the carpet, and you were told that, well, listen, you're not special. This could happen to anyone. That is painful. That is painful. It is just by the grace of God that I am alive here to tell my story. And that is why I took it upon myself to actually, you know what? I'm going to share my story. I'm going to tell the people. They must be aware. Hospitals need to take accountability. They cannot, in my job, I can make a mistake. I'm not dealing with people's lives. It's a mistake. But not when you're dealing with people's lives. You can never say that. And because they so boldly in saying, I studied for 7 years. So, it makes them not human enough to make an error. They portray themselves like that. So we don't expect that from them. I don't expect that from a doctor that has studied for over 15 years, because now you're a surgeon, you've studied multiple times. I don't expect that from you. So that's why I'm sharing my story, that the professional boards for medical people, they need to now look into it. Need to start putting people and holding people accountable, because this particular doctor that I'm speaking about, she's still operating. She's still working like nothing happened.
And that insensitive. Imagine the people that have to see her on a daily basis.
Well, they don't care. As long as they're making their money, they don't care. And I remember once I had an encounter with her. I was in with my vags, right? I'm going for my because I had to see the wound sister every 2 days, right? I was going there, I had a vag, I was in pain, and she was coming towards me. You know, she didn't even have any remorse, nothing. She just passed. She never said I'm sorry or came to check if I was okay. Nothing.
Sure.
Nothing. And I ask myself, as a mother, as a woman, how do you feel?
And that one who said that there's no way my team can do that, what did she have to say after everything?
She didn't even have anything to say. She didn't even have anything to say. They never even came and said, we are sorry.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Sure. So when you said to your family, and your husband and everybody else that I'm thinking of sharing my story, what was their response?
My husband is very supportive. He's very, very supportive. And I never told anyone else. I just told him. Yeah. And he was like, go for it. Yeah. It's time that these people need to take accountability. Yeah. They need to take accountability, and they need to know, and people need to be careful. We need to also research on these hospitals, because we're thinking you're going to a private hospital, right? It's nearby. It's just in the same, and you don't know you're going to your deathbed. We need to research, because now when I go back and I research, go to Hello Peter, check the reviews that people have there. Scary. Scary. And when you hear people talking that we've had this incident before, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, these things happen. Yeah. But they just sweep them under the carpet.
Maybe it's because if they've been getting away with it for such a long time, then that's why it goes to the point of what makes you think you're special, to want to, the attention to be on you because of what happened to you.
Yes. And I was also advised that, listen here, there's nothing special about you. We can take you out, right? Yeah.
But that's a threat.
It is a threat. We can take you out. They said, mind you, watch where you're going and stuff like that, Watch where you're going. Watch where I'm going. I was like, okay, it's fine.
Who would say that?
People will say that. Other nurses will tell you that. Be careful. You don't know who who you're dealing with. Yeah.
So on top of them having done what they did to you, you must still live in fear.
Yeah. That, you must just always look over, and something might happen. They might come for you.
Because you've decided to take legal action.
Yeah.
And so far, is it promising? Like, is it looking good in terms of the legal route?
I was advised by my legal, counsels that it takes years, like 3 to 5 years, for these kind of cases, to appear in court and stuff like that. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to shut me up. They're trying to shut me, and they're trying to give me, that's what they gave my husband. Luckily, I've got a very smart man. They gave him a letter and said, well, we're just going to compensate you 100,000. Just sign here. It's a waiver. And this, we never had this discussion. And my husband was like, oh, I'm never signing anything. I'm not signing anything until I see what's going to happen about post-operation, complications. If she has complications, what's going to happen? Who's going to incur those costs? We must pay for everything. I'm not signing anything. And they've been adamant on that, trying to push it and say, you're not allowed to go speak to anyone. You're not allowed to go to any newspaper. You're not allowed to see anyone.
Why?
There's a waiver.
An NDA.
No, it's a waiver, right?
On that agreement where they're
trying to offer something. Yeah. So imagine they know you've lost your job, or they know that you haven't been going to work. Now you're stressed. You're like, okay, let me just sign this and get. I can understand why people do that, but I said no. I would never.
Yeah.
I would never.
Sure. They're playing with people's lives. Then.
They are. They're pushing business.
Yeah.
They're really pushing business.
My sister, so are you open to maybe other people's opinions about just the routes when it comes to the legal side of things? Because these people need to pay for what they did to you.
I am.
Because, already if you're saying that you had already started with the process, a lot of people are going to come in the comment section and they're going to have their own opinions and, and maybe even their own experiences. Are you open to having to hear how other people get help? Because I'm thinking maybe there's even a possibility where you can get help quicker.
Absolutely, I am.
Yeah.
I really am. Like, I just want to put this, like I'm saying, it's been a year now. On the 26th of August, I'll be 1 year post-operation. I just want to put this behind him. I'm just asking them, just fix me.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to normal. I don't look good. I can't even wear my clothes. I don't look good. I don't look good. I am. It's hurtful. It's when your kids look at you like, "Mommy, where's your belly?" They're kids, and it's an innocent question. You don't have one.
Sure.
You don't have one.
And plus, kids most they have no filter.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You don't have one.
Sure.
For someone to just say, "Oh well, it could happen to anyone." I wish it happened to her.
Sure. I'm so sorry, sis. And I can only imagine, okay, at least now because you're saying that you tied your tubes, imagine if you were intending on having another baby after all of this.
Yeah.
You were probably not even going to want to. Imagine somebody's even depriving you that right
Yeah.
to want to expand your family because of their negligence.
Yeah. And they don't care. Wanna, if they had come, maybe said, "I'm sorry," whatever the case may be, nothing.
But also, sorry is not going to reverse what they did. They need to fix you.
True.
They need to fix you.
True.
So are you not scared
Of?
them
No.
now
I've
that
got
you share?
God.
Ne?
I've got God. If I could beat death when they said that I will not wake up, who are they?
And also, the thing is, you waking up to share your story, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know that? It's a problem because had you died, it would have been just a tale,
Yeah.
to say this person went through this and unfortunately she didn't make it. But the fact that you actually came out of it, that's a problem because now you must blow the whistle.
Yeah.
Sure. Yo, my sister, thank you so much for sharing with the viewers at home, your experience. And I'm so sorry for what you've been through. And I know that it's going to be a long way to go, but I'm hoping that you sharing your story is actually going to cut it shorter so that, because I know that sometimes it takes social media, it takes you making noise for people to actually do their jobs.
That's
and
true.
It's not right. It's not supposed to be that way. People are just supposed to do their jobs from the get-go. And even if they make mistakes, they're supposed to fix their mistakes without having us to make noise before they do that, And unfortunately for them, it had to get to a point where you are now sharing publicly, meaning that you are putting them on a pedestal, and you need to still get fixed at the end of like, I feel like if they had done their part and they fixed you, you wouldn't even be sitting here today. You were just going to be telling, this is the story that happened to me, but we wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yeah.
But just to show that they don't care, the people don't come first, that's why we are sitting here today.
Yeah. That's true.
If there are people who want to reach out to you for whatever reason, are you comfortable with that?
I am.
Okay. Where do the people get a hold of you?
On Facebook, it's Refilo Fifi Simelani.
Okay.
And I'm also on Instagram. It's Refilo Fifi Simelani.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's the only two places where you want people to get a hold of you.
Yes. If they want it, they can just send me an email, right?
Is it?
Yeah. At
Okay.
Filwe. So it's FILOE Muleko 032@gmail.com.
Okay, no, it's fine. You'll send your email,
Okay.
and then we'll just post it on the screen there.
Not a problem.
Yeah, the rest of those who wants to, maybe they want to text, WhatsApp, something like that, it's fine. You can call us. We will connect you with her because, it's not everybody who's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to give out my number.
Yeah.
Which I think it's a good thing you don't want to give it out,
Yes.
because especially with what is going on now, you
Yeah.
need to be extra careful. But I do believe that God is on your side. God has been on your side from the get-go, and he's not going to drop you now.
Amen.
He's definitely going to see you through until the very last day. Many of us spend so much time asking God, why me, without having to actually look at what God has already done, And when you look at what you've already overcome, that should give you enough confidence to tell you that God is with you.
Yeah.
So if you can doubt anything, including medical doctors, we can doubt them, but we can never ever doubt God.
Amen.
Because if you're not supposed to be here, you wouldn't be here.
That's
You're
true.
not here because of those medical doctors or anybody else. You are here because God wanted you to be here. So with that, your confidence should never, one thing I love, just before we interviewed you, we were interviewing somebody else who was angry at the gospel, and the one thing that I was saying to her was that, look, the nice thing about having to believe in something is that you still have that confidence, to know that I'm not wandering around alone. There's something, So the importance of you believing in God, you're not doing God a favor. It's for you. Because
your own
yes, it's
good.
for your own good.
Yeah.
Because at least you know that you're not going to be wandering around, being scared, jumpy, and all that stuff. Because you know that even the Bible does say that even though you're walking through the valley of the shadow of death, God is always going to be with you. So this for you, it's a testimony.
Yes.
I believe it's a testimony which shows that God is with you.
Amen.
You understand? There's I don't know, in the Bible, I love saying Ebenezer a lot whenever I overcome something in life, because I believe that this is how far God has taken me. Yes. I believe that in everything that we're fighting now, but with what you're fighting, always remember how far God has taken you.
Amen.
And I'm telling you, you will never ever be shaken by anything. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say in closing.
No, I just wanted to tell the viewers they need to be careful. Let's search. Let's make that investigation on the hospitals, the doctors, and let's use Hello Peter, and also let's share our experiences, because your experience might help the
Save
next
somebody
person.
else's life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to the doctors, you guys have a long way to go. Ubuntu we still practice Ubuntu. Just have sympathy. Your years of studying, whatever not, it doesn't do anything to us. But your empathy, your love, and your care, it's everything that we need.
Yeah.
I just wanted them to say, I'm sorry.
And they have no idea that 1, 2, 3 words could have really made a big difference in your life.
I just wanted them to say, I'm sorry, to walk with me. That's all I wanted.
Yeah. And they couldn't do that.
They couldn't do that.
Sure. Oh, no, I'm so sorry, sis. But I believe that help is here.
Amen.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And also for the bravery.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Bazalwani at home. Please do leave a lovely comment in the comment section and tell us what you think about today's episode. And also, if you know maybe somebody who's experienced something similar and how they got the help, I believe that, us being able to speak about this and learn from other people can actually save, we can save a lot of people out there. And also at the same time, we can save our sister's time and also for her to quickly get the help that she deserves. If you've also had some terrible experience of some sort, let's speak about it, because it seems like the only way for people to do their jobs is when they're being put on blast, like the way that we're doing today. But anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for joining in. I will see you guys on the flip side. I love you. God bless you. Mwah.